Hey, good morning, everybody out there. Hope you're enjoying a beautiful Saturday morning so far. My name is Amy. This is our power yoga class at Mystic Fitness on Saturday morning, February 27th. And I hope that you had a good breakfast or a good night's sleep, big glass of water or some hot tea or coffee, and that you're raring and ready to join us on your mat at home. Thanks for joining us. We're here every morning at 9 a.m. And we're here in the studio every evening, also at 4 o'clock and at 6 o'clock. So check out our website, mysticfitness.com. And when you feel ready, come and register for a class with us in the studio. We're all starting lying on our backs. Our heads are facing the front of the room and our feet are facing the back. And I'd like you to just ground yourselves and feel that strong, powerful earth below you, carrying you and holding you up safely. Just start some breathing in through your nose, lifting the belly, letting the belly expand and open, opening the chest with that beautiful air, and then emptying out, exhaling, emptying the belly, emptying your chest. Just spend some time focusing on your breath here. And if you'd like to start some little movements, you can bring your knees up in the air and just put one hand on each knee and you stir those knees, bringing those knees towards your chest and away from your chest. Let's see. I'm going to point out that's Deba, and she is our assistant here. And then behind me, in the background, I've got Constantina and Karina and Mary Ellen, some of our favorite regulars here at the studio. And I'm going to try to even out my mask a little. If you're stirring your knees now, you're going to go in the opposite direction. My friend Sufyan is watching. Hi, Sufyan. Thank you for watching us. And then take any movements that your body's calling for. So maybe you swim your arms a little bit up there in the air, or you straighten out your legs. Whatever your body's asking for. For me today, my neck is really tight. My shoulders are a little tight. We're going to do a lot of shoulder work. Please couple your movements with deep inhalations and intentional and full exhalations. Make your breath count. I think the Hindus say that we're all born with a certain number of breaths at birth. So you can determine the length of your life by slowing down your breath at all costs. Take your time with the breath. Okay, my dear yogis, we're going to spin around almost breakdance style, and you're going to face the front, and let's start in seated position together. You can cross your legs, or you can sit on a block if you want, or keep your legs straight out in front of you, so whatever feels lovely for you. Like you just to start rolling your shoulders up and down, or one at a time, or rolling your head. When I do this, I hear a little noise, like a cracking noise, crystally noise. Do you guys hear that, or is that just my body? Yeah, me too. So I don't know what that's about. I know that I'd like to relieve that. So take those movements in your neck and shoulders. We'll take some side stretches here. So circle sweep up nice and high and reach. Breathe. I'm going to drop the right arm, bring the left arm up and over, just a gentle side stretch. And switch out for me. One more time on each side. And where I'd like us to land together as a group, whether you're at home or in studio, is with your hands in heart center and sitting up as straight as you can. Take a cleansing breath in and out, followed by a breath in and the sound of Om. So inhale and exhale. And we'll breathe in. Enjoy your practices. I've become pretty fond of this posture where you just kind of bend your knees and you sit open-legged. Feet are flat on the floor and your hands support you behind you. And you just take some windshield wipering of the knees nice and slowly. Dropping one knee at a time. You might hear a little cracking in that back. I really love this. This is opening up the lower back for us. And then option here to kind of come on the knees and rise up, or come on one knee and rise up. Swoop down, just like a great big old bird, and come on the other side. And swoop down. And one more time. All right. And maybe again, just windshield wiper. Good. And this time, we're going to straighten our legs in front of us. So sit as wide open as you're able to. I'm going to use a strap, wrapping it around my right foot and my left foot. Most people don't need this, but I do. And then I just gently pull forward. So you can hold on to your toes or your shins or your thighs, depending on your level of flexibility. I prefer to use the strap. Try to keep your back flat if possible. So breathe in, flat back, and gently press forward. Flexing your feet here. Just take some breath. Often it is as simple as that. Just breathing. Couple more breaths here. And when you've had enough, you can release your grip. And we'll kind of take those same actions where we put our hands behind us and just kind of roll onto the sides of the feet. You can just take some twists. Maybe looking over the right shoulder when you twist to the right. Beautiful. And then switching your sides. And if you'd like to lift up, you can try out that and see what that feels like. Coming up on the feet. Nice work. Coming down and coming up. One more on each side. You're starting to feel the heat in the studio, guys. A little bit. All right. We're going to raise that up a little bit more. So go ahead and spin around and bring your heads to the front, your feet to the back. Bring your knees in the air. I want to face my peeps, so I'm going this way. Knees right above your hips, okay? Hands behind the skull, ideally the lower part of your skull where it meets your neck. And bring those elbows out. What I want you to try to do is bring your right shoulder to your left thigh and drop your right leg. Now try not to pull the leg in because then you're really just doing leg work. I want you to do core work instead. I want you to use those abs. Switch out. Left shoulder to right thigh. Good. Let's take some of these. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Here's your 5. Beautifully done. Take your shins to your chest, press them in. Option to put hands on knees and stir the knees, just like we started doing at the beginning of class. Change the direction. Here we go. Second set, we're going to push the heels in the air. So try to straighten the legs. You'll see mine. I have still a bend in the knees. That's okay. It's not perfect, that's for sure. Hands behind the skull and elbows splay out. Lift your upper back 2 inches off the floor. We're going to drop one leg at a time here. So left leg drops and raises. Right leg drops and raises. Left leg drops and raises. Alternate for 20. Here's your 15. Here's your 10. Five more to go, guys. Okay. Bring those knees in, press the shins. How do you feel so far? You good? Okay. Put your hands on knees. Let's stir. Change the direction. And head back to those bicycles for me. Knees above hips, hands behind the head. Take an honest 20. Remember, it's shoulder to thigh. 20, 19. Here's your 15. Good, Larry. Here's your 10. Nice, Mary Ellen. Go, Shravya. 2 more to go. Excuse me, 7 more to go. I was counting in terms of 5s. 5 more. Nicely done. You can squeeze. Push those legs up in the air. Take your second set of your leg drops. And 20. 15. 10 more. 5 more. 1 more. Nice work, everybody. Bend the knees and squeeze. We're going to roll forward and back. And if you build momentum, maybe you can roll all the way back up to seated. Taking just a little twist here, extending the left leg in front of you, right heel comes up and over. Sit up nice and strong. Breathe in and lift up out of the abdomen. And look over right shoulder, just gently, not a deep twist, guys. So we fired up those abs, nothing extreme. We just gave them a little fuel. Let's switch out sides. Beautiful. Isn't that a beautiful way to just kind of rest out of that? Breathing in, lengthening, looking over. Let's see just how strong we made our core. Boat position. So stay where you are, extend your legs. See if you can't pick them up a little. Excellent. So many versions of this. You can hold the bottoms backs of your thighs, or you can let them free float. You can bend the knees, or do your best to straighten legs. You're welcome to have hands behind you, or arms out to sides. And if you'd like to move, you can row that boat. Breathe. Oh, toes can always be grounded on the floor too for boat. 20 seconds here, however you want to manage your boat. Breathe. Ten more seconds. 5 seconds. And lay down nice and slow. Stretch those arms up. Stick pose. I really want you to stretch through the abdomen, okay? All that great core matter, let it stretch long. Breathe. Just testing out a pelvic tilt. Later on we'll visit bridge. But for your pelvic tilt, just bend the knees, soles of the feet on the floor. And I'd like you to pull your tailbone toward the back of the room and your pubic bone toward the front of the room. That will naturally tilt the pelvis so that the lower back is flush on the floor. You can press your thighs away from you a little. Breathe. Toe heel the feet out to the sides of your mat and just take some windshield wipers here. We're not terribly warmed up, so we don't go terribly deep anywhere at the beginning, okay, guys? What I'd like you to try to do is come back to a second set of boat. Maybe second set you're a little stronger. Ten more seconds. 5 seconds. And you can sit up from there. Bring the soles of the feet on the floor. Bring your heels as close to your butt as possible. Squeeze your inner most abdominal muscles. And I want you to press your chest and belly towards your thighs, flattening that back. Breathe. And please lengthen your neck. And then look over right shoulder. Look over left shoulder. One more time, side to side. Good work. You can crisscross those legs. Now, some of you types can get up. I can't. I need my hands to help me rise. But if you can crisscross them and use your core thigh power, whoa, Heather, to stand up. It takes us into standing. I'm going to adjust the camera here. Beautiful. Look where we landed, guys. We're all in standing position. So welcome to class. Inhale, circle, sweep your arms up nice and high. Please stretch. And exhale, bring your prayer hands to your heart center. Take 2 cleansing breaths here. So breathe in and breathe out. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. We'll breathe in, we'll circle sweep high, and breathe out and find chair position. So you're welcome to formulate your chair with heels separated and feet separated, hips width distance apart, or bring feet side by side, whichever works for you. Arms may extend out or above you, or goalposts. We're going to all try to sit a little bit deeper. Don't poke your butt way out back behind you. I want that angled at 45 degrees, that tailbone, okay? Chest is as lifted as you're able to make it. A little deeper in your chair. And a little deeper. And we're going to launch. So you inhale, sweep up, use the arms, bring your heels off the floor if possible. And exhale, you dip. Inhale, sweep. And dip. Use that core power that you developed during the first 15 minutes of class to really help your rocket ship launch. It takes the responsibility out of those feet when you employ the core. Let's do 2 more. Total of 7. Okay, the next time we rise up, then we're going to open into chair twist to the right. Use those arms. Push the energy. Hold this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Launch up to space. Chair twisted to the left. Push the energy. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach it up. Now we'll hold them each side for 1 second. So open and up. Open to the left and up. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. In. What I'd like you to try to do, and this is going to be tough, every time we lift up, we bring a knee with us, yeah, and then to the right. Okay, so the leg that comes down is the direction that you twist in. Left knee up, down and twist to the left. Beautiful. Right knee up, down and twist. Left knee up. Now, if you're doing this correctly, can you tell me where you're feeling the most burn? Anyone? Yes. I'm actually feeling this in the upper arm. My shoulders are okay. Upper arms with all this delightful arm work. Try to relax those shoulders a little more. You see how sensible it is? You're twisting on the right, and then that right foot gets ready to be the standing foot. One more on each side. Here's your right lift. Here's your left lift. And land all the way to rise. And then prayer hands to your heart center. This is where I felt it, guys. Yeah, not quite the shoulder, but certainly the upper arms. So we're going to help that, okay? You're going to swing those arms, just crisscross, and then you're going to catch one, cha. And then you're going to swing and cha. And take some of these. And it's going to help a lot. Hey, guess what else you can do? Coat sleeves, full blown, so spread the feet. You can add some twisting to that and some bending in the knees if you want. And you can take those swimmer arms, the Michael Phelps backstroke arms, or the crawl. And then maybe your hands catch each other behind you. Maybe you interlace those fingers. And if you can't do that, you can use a strap. So you're always welcome to use a strap so that the hands can reach each other behind you. Okay, spread your feet a little bit. Just toe heel them outward. Breath in lifts you up, and breath out gently down. Just think how those upper arms and shoulders are going to be ready for your chaturangas now. Let your head drop if you wish. Let those arms rise. Hamstrings getting a gorgeous stretch. Breathe in and breathe out. Pull your core in, pull your belly in, and use the front spine muscles to lift yourself up. So pulling that belly in, those core muscles are going to push the body up as opposed to pulling from the spine, okay? I don't want anybody pulling from the spine. I want you to use these deep core muscles to navigate, to push up, okay? Once you're upright, toe heel the insides of your feet a little bit closer. Heels coming in, and we'll take a squat. So hands can go into prayer, and if you've got the knees to produce it, then you're just going to go down and squat. And let's see, my friend Nisa says the back should be as flat as possible. Try not to round forward. And you can kind of go from one side to the other. You'll feel some gorgeous stretches in the groin. Option here too to lift up on the balls of the feet and even try your side to sides. Pushing into those feet, utilize those quads. Is there a rise that lives in you? The answer was yes. Circle, sweep arms up nice and high. We're going to take our left wrist and our right hand, lift up, and just draw to the side. And back to center. Let's try the other side. Stretch and take it. Good. I think we did a nice full body scan here. Ask yourself, is there any other movement you need before we flow? Does the body feel strong? Body ready to take you away? You can step to the top of your mats if that's the case. We'll take Sun Salutation A. We're going to flow pretty steadily. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. Alrighty, here we go. Inhale, you circle sweep, rise high to the sky. Exhale, prayer hands to your heart center. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, circle sweep, raise it up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands on the shins, crown of head pulls forward. Halfway lift is your breath in. Forward fold, exhale. Hands plant on the ground. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. You can walk or hop your way back to that high plank. Holding your high plank, students hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rolling forward on the toes, bending at the elbows, we chaturanga. Inhale into upward facing dog. Flip your feet, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Big breath in and let go. Prepare for flight, bend the knees, look forward. Walk or skip your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhaling flat back, hands on shins, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, raise it up, circle sweep, and rise to the sky. Exhale, prayer hands to your heart center. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, circle sweep. Exhale, forward fold. Use those deep core muscles to descend. Hands on the shins, flat back, crown of head pulls forward. Exhale, forward fold. Hands on the ground, flat back, head pulls forward. Step or walk back to your high plank. Hold your plank, hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chaturanga. Roll forward on the toes. Elbows squeeze the edges of your body as you lower down. Inhale into baby cobra or upward dog. Exhale. Curl the toes, flip the feet, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Let it go. One more time, bend those knees, prepare for flight. Walk to your hands. Inhaling flat back, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, raise it up, circle sweep, rise. Exhale, prayer hands to your heart center. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, raise it up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands on the shins, flat back, halfway lift is your inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Hands on the ground, flat back, halfway lift. Step or hop back to plank, holding plank, or option to take tabletop if that's better for you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll forward on the toes, elbows hug the sides of the body as they bend, and lower your torso down. Inhale to up dog. Curl the toes, flip the feet, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Let it go. Prepare for flight, bend the knees, look forward. Walk feet to meet the hands. Inhaling, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, raise it all the way up, and when you come up, you're going to take that right knee up with you. This we kind of did in our chair position already when we were warming up. Lift that knee up high. Place it on the ground in front of you. Step your left foot back, crescent lunge position. These are good. A little bend in that back knee for me, okay? So ideally, that back knee has a little bit of a bend. Too much pressure on lower back if you keep that straight. So I want you to bend that a little bit. Holding your crescent lunge. Breathe into it. Breathe. We're going to take some twists, high twists to the right. So your inhale is crescent lunge proper. Your exhale is to draw the hands down, open them, and help the torso twist open to the right. Try it again. Crescent lunge proper. High twist. 2 more. Use those arm muscles. Beautifully done. Crescent lunge proper. Left foot steps forward to meet the right. Two arms come down to sides. Then we inhale again, circle sweep high. This time taking left knee up. Hold it there strong. Standing knee position. Step that leg forward. Right foot can step back a little as you find your crescent lunge. Again, back knee, which in this case would be your right knee, there's a nice little bend to that one too. Chest is lifted. Arms are super strong from all the work we already did. Are you guys sweating? Good. Let's take some twists to the left, high twists. So inhale is crescent lunge proper. Exhale, twist it open. Good. Inhale and twist. Two more. Absolutely exquisite. Here's your crescent lunge. And your right foot steps forward to meet the left. Give those arms a break. Release them, roll out. Take a drink if you want it. We're about to enter a slightly longer sequence. So here today we've got a super snowy, rainy day. It's absolutely beautiful though. Here we go. We're going to expand on that sequence. So let's see. We inhale and sweep up, bringing the right leg high to the sky with us. And then exaggerate the step and step it in front of you, and left leg steps back further. Here's your high crescent lunge position. Inhale, high crescent lunge. And exhale, high twist it to the right. Inhale, high crescent lunge. I'd like you to drop the left heel and bring it into warrior one position. Breathe. Good. We're going to take the right hand on the hip, left arm stays up, and just take a side bend. Let's try the other side. Left hand on hip, right arm shoots up, side bend. Oh, doesn't that feel beautiful? Okay, right hand on hip. Both hands are on our hips. Lift up, position those hips, face them forward. Shoulders draw up, down, and back, please. Take your hands, interlace them. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Feel like you're juicing the shoulder blades, squeezing them toward each other and down the spine. Chest lifts, head can drop back. Breathe. Releasing the hands, we open it up to warrior two. So you're going to let that left arm span forward and back and shoot that right arm in front of you. This is what warrior two looks like. Flip your right palm, breathe in, reach up, reach back, reversing that warrior pose. Hold this for a couple of breaths. Good. I'd like you to launch out of here into balancing half moon position. Not easy at all. Spanning those arms and pushing off with the left leg and coming onto the right leg for your balance. If you have your block handy, you can hold on to that block. And breathe. Carefully back to your second warrior. Please reverse it. Breathe here. Good. Warrior two proper. Relax those shoulders from Mother Amy. Stretch those arms. And just like a beautiful dancer, you're just going to propel the arms and step your back foot to meet the front one. Tadasana, roll out those shoulders, arms at your sides, breathe. We'll try the other side. So we inhale, circle sweep high, bringing that left thigh up with us. And step it, exaggerate that step in front of you. Right foot steps back some for your crescent lunge position. Crescent lunge proper is your inhale. Your exhale is that high twist to the left. Back to crescent lunge proper. We're going to let that right heel ground. Warrior one position. Bring your left hand on your hip. Right arm reaches up. Just take a little side bend. And you switch your sides. Good. Two hands on the hips. We're going to square them to the front mirror. Yeah. And then reach them behind you. You're going to interlace your hands and just juice out those shoulders. Chest lifts. Head is lifted. Breathe. Feel those shoulder blades squeezing toward each other. And when you release the fingers, that right arm is going to sweep in front of you, over you, and behind you for warrior two position, at which time those hips are going to do the same. They're going to open up to the side of your room as opposed to the front of your room. So that would be front. This is side. Relax your shoulders, students. Pull those arms apart and breathe here. We'll flip our palms, breathe in, reverse the warrior. We hold this. Spend some time here just stretching your side body. Two more breaths, please. And then we push off with that right foot, taking it into your balancing half moon. If you've got your block, go ahead. Woo! And breathe. Three breaths here. One more breath. Let's carefully land it. Warrior two proper and reverse that warrior. Breathe. And gracefully, gracefully, gracefully propel those arms. Back foot steps forward to meet the front. And you find your classmates in Tadasana. So whether you're at home or here with us, we all meet together, Tadasana. You can roll out those shoulders, your head. Actually, guys, let's do some head circles. Some shoulder circles. Some torso circles. I like to do the knee circles too. I precede my knee circles by taking the knife edges of my hands, like if you were karate chopping, it would be that edge, and take those edges and just saw the outsides of the kneecap. So just like you're sawing, let's see if I can get that on camera. You're going to saw the outsides of the kneecaps. You can see I wear these knee warmers. These are really helpful. Knee warmers, I recommend. Okay, so you're just going to saw the kneecaps. Good. Okay. And then once you've done that, it's totally cool to bring the knees together and circle knees one direction. Whew. And the other. Rise it up. Go back to your torso twirls. Head, shoulders, whatever it takes. We're going to finish up with a little balancing, then we're going to go back down on our mats, okay? You ready for a little more balance? A little more balancing? Heather, how's it feel to be back? All right. Don't be shy about being interactive and talking. All right, here we go. Very good for the runners. You ran this morning? Treadmill? How far? Awesome. All right, so now we're really going to help those glutes and quads. So here we go with standing knee again. So press the sole of the left foot in the floor, bring the right shin up, and just stand here. Now don't collapse into that leg. You want the core really, really being in the driver's seat here. Controlling the journey. Squeeze. Flatten your back. Breathe. And then if possible, if this transition is possible, you're going to just take your hands around your ankle and your foot behind you this time and squeeze the thighs together. Push your hips forward, tailbone points down. Draw shoulders back. Expand your chest, lift up. Point that right knee down. If possible, push the thigh behind you. Now some of you are naturally going to want to tilt the torso forward. That's okay too. I prefer to stay upright and just kind of stretch and strengthen that hip flexor. Make sure you're breathing. One more breath. When you release it, we're going to try not to let it touch the ground. I tricked you. Tree position. Let's see if we can go right into tree. On camera, I hope it looks like Deba and I are touching hands and fingers. We are not. But I hope there's the illusion of that. That's coming soon enough, guys. We are definitely seeing so many positive, wonderful changes in our world. And I think Corona's going to be behind us pretty soon. We'll all be able to hug and kiss and be together again. Two more breaths. Tree release. All right. Not too bad, right? Left side, last side. All right. We're almost lying down. And the beauty is we did our abs. So when I get you back down on the ground, all that hard stuff's going to be behind us. All right. Let's see. Right foot plants. Left shin comes up. Squeeze. Now the key here is that right glute. You might want to make a little fist with your right hand and even punch it a little. Make sure it's really alive and hard. Breathe. Okay. Ready to take it behind you in the quad stretch. Option here to press the thigh back and even to tilt the upper body. Make sure you're breathing. Let's find tree pose in your own time. Take any movements you wish. Two more breaths. One more breath. Okay, release your posture. We are going to take it down to the ground on our bellies. Okay, so top of the mat. Circle, sweep high, inhale, reach. Exhale, prayer hands to heart center. Breathe in and breathe out. Circle, sweep. Forward fold. Flat back, halfway lift, hands on shins, and forward fold. Flat back, halfway lift, hands on the floor. Walk back to that plank. Hold your plank. Holding it for 3, or actually 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll forward on the toes, bending at the elbows, chaturanga. Okay, slow it down and surrender. Left ear on the mat, face your head to the right. Windshield wiper those legs. Let's grab the right foot with our hands, coming right back into that same quad stretch that we did standing, only we take it on our mats. Relax your left leg this time. It does not have to be the balancing leg anymore. Using your right thigh strength. Push the right hip bone into the ground as you raise your right thigh up. Now I'd like you to release the left arm out to the left. Keep the right leg up in the air and use momentum here to roll over onto that left arm. Left arm's perpendicular to the length of your body. One of the most beautiful stretches I've ever felt. Breathe. Option here, sure, to reach back for that right ankle with your right hand, but be careful. Let's switch our sides, okay? So now you're gently going to unroll there. Reach back for your left foot. Really opened our shoulders today and strengthened our arms greatly, especially the upper arms. If you want, you can raise the left quad. Right arm can certainly come out to the right. Use some momentum. Roll over. Half scorpion pose. Option here, left hand grabs the left ankle behind you. But be careful, you don't want to fall into that right shoulder and hurt it. Make sure you're breathing. All right. Beautiful. Come on back on your bellies, bend the knees, windshield wiper those legs. Let's do a back strengthener. I like Cobra. Cobra's for the lower back. Okay, you're going to put your hands underneath your shoulders, elbows pointing upward. Now, the arms are not out to the sides like that, guys. They are hugging, okay, squeezing the edges of your rib cage. Here we go. Legs are straight and strong out behind you. Tops of the feet glued to the floor. Now, activate the thighs, the thigh muscles, so strong that the kneecaps float off the floor. Stretch long first, pulling the toes to the back of the room. Breathe. We're going to use those deep core muscles to push the torso up. Try not to pull from the spine. Use your deep core muscles, the frontal spine muscles. Squeeze your buttocks. Cobra. Make sure you draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Shoulders down, please. Shoulders down a little. Yes, you got it. Good girl. Beautiful. Beautiful adjustment. Let's come down slowly. Nice work. We're going up again, so keep those hands planted when you're ready. Inhale and rise. Shoulders down away from the ears. Beautiful work. Slowly lower down. You got it. The middle back is best served from your full locust position. Spread your arms out like airplane wings. Again, pulling those toes taut to the back of the room so those legs can't do anything but activate and kneecaps float up. Feel the front of your hip bones on the ground. Empty your body with an exhale. And then inhale and fly. Let us utilize our knowledge here. Those shoulder blades together and down the spine, helping to open the chest. The legs pulling, drawing back and up. Now, depending on how your neck feels, you can raise your chin. If that is not good for you, then crown of head just pulls forward. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soft landing, please. Limbs come on the ground and we rest. Option to bend the knees and circle those heels one direction and the other. Good work, everyone. We'll gently push ourselves up using our hands. Crawl backward on your hands. Let's take another thigh stretch called fixed firm position or reclining hero's pose. You can try to sit between your heels if you can. I like my handy block, and I slide that right underneath me. And then I kind of lay back a little, and you can see some of the demonstrators, the students behind me, may go all the way down on their shoulders. For me, this is enough. You at home, please don't go beyond. Nothing should ever hurt. The body should feel challenged, but never pain. We have all the time in the world to work towards something. So we don't force anything in yoga. A couple more breaths here. Okay. Carefully come on out. What you're going to do is get those legs out from under you. Turn around, lie down on your backs now, guys. Your heads will face the front and your feet face the back. We have those deep, large muscle stretches coming. You can just luxuriate in that knowledge. Now, if you have a block, we're heading to wind relieving pose. I love it with a block underneath my sacrum. I get a deeper stretch this way. And just because I have this big hair clip in today, you guys know normally I wear my hair loose and out and crazy, but I got to go someplace after this class, and I didn't want the hair to go wonky wonk, so I'm trying to tie it up and keep it a little neat. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a block under my head so this ponytail thing doesn't hurt and so the mic doesn't get messed up. Okay, here we go. Interlace your fingers, squeeze. Wind removing pose. And what you want to strive for here is to bring the thighs slightly out to the right. And again, those elbows hug the edges of the body. They are not flailing outward. Use your biceps. Use your hand strength and squeeze. I actually enjoy taking that right into a hamstring stretch, especially for the runners and the hikers out there. Anybody who's on their feet. Maybe tonight you're cooking a beautiful pizza pie or a lasagna, and you're going to be standing over your kitchen counter for a few hours. You definitely want these hamstrings stretched out, nice and long. So I use a strap. But a lot of you can just take your hands behind your shins or your thighs and squeeze that way. Keep up the breath. It's your best fuel. What I'd like you to do here now is ideally your toe is pointing to the midline of your body for the hamstring stretch. I want you now to get the outer hamstrings. So point the big toe to the right corner of your mat. You're going to rotate the limb outward. So you're not dropping it out. You're just rotating the limb. And you can do that with your hands. You're kind of twisting it outward. You'll feel a beautiful stretch in the outer hamstrings that way. And keeping that rotation in the limb, I want you to bend the left foot and put the sole of the left foot on the floor. I am going to remove the block at this point. with that outward rotation, carefully place the right ankle over your left thigh, preparing for your half pigeon pose this way. I take my block again and I just gently push the right thigh away from me. Take some deep breath here. My main focus for all of you is because it's a main focus for me, is always going to be strengthening the core to prevent lower or any back issues. Okay? So here I would finish this big beautiful stretch with a lower back stretch, and that is made by bringing the shin back up to you, lowering that left leg, relax the left straight leg, and then right knee comes out, down, and in. So just some nice knee circles here. Very, very nice for that lower back. I try to do this every single day. Okay. You don't need to do it a lot, just a few times. And that's a good segue to the left side now. So I'm taking that block again because I want to do my wind removing pose with the block. I like it better that way. I can go a little deeper. Right leg relaxes, left shin comes up, and I squeeze. Taking breath there and then transitioning to that hamstring stretch. I'm going to use my strap. Initially, my big toe is lined up with the midline of my body. And then I choose to angle to rotate the limb outward. So I'm going to point the big toe to my left shoulder. You can use your hands to twist the limb outward a little bit, hitting those outer hamstrings. And then using the muscle memory from that outward rotation for a really nice transition into pigeon. Right knee bends. I'm going to remove the block. No need for the block at that point. And I place my left ankle over my right thigh. And I just press back a little. After a few more breaths, we'll bring it into that low back exercise, where you just lengthen the right leg, relax it, squeeze your left knee up one more time, and then just do some knee circles out to the side, rotate in, up, out, push down, draw in. You might feel some cracking in various places of the body. I do. One more time, maybe. If you have a block, slide it underneath you. It's time for waterfall. Legs up in the air. If you're at home, you can do legs up against a wall. I also put my arms up in the air. I like all of my blood flow to be pointed to my heart during waterfall. Calming the nervous system. Taking everything one breath at a time. It's all we can do. And you know what? It's a pretty good way to go through life. All right. So, my dear peeps at home, I can't thank you enough for staying tuned. And keep sending your comments. Let us know that you're out there. I'm going to finish up with these guys in the studio. To all of you at home, have a fantastic weekend. Stay safe. Love one another. And I see Simone was watching. Thank you, Simone. Thanks for being our #1 fan. Let's see, that's supposed to go up there. All right. Namaste, dear ones. We'll see you tomorrow with Dema at 9 a.m.